Hi, quick video about the LRP Loyalty Rewards Program, the smart way to buy your oils for people who already have an account. I'm going to show you the tips, and it doesn't have to be expensive each month for you to be buying your oils. I'm just going to swap over here to my screen where I've got two of my favorite things up here about the LRP. So this one over here you should have already received if you've been personally signed up through me, the smart way to buy your loyalty rewards program here. So this bit here is important. This one here tells you how much you're going to receive back in your product credits, which is your points. So the first order you make, your joining up order, is not an LRP order, but the next order you make, LRP, is the first month. So in months 1 to 3, you get 10% back of the PV that you spend. So if you spend 125 PV, you get 10% of that back, 12.5 points to spend on another order. Months 4 to 6, 15% back. Months 7 to 9, you're getting 20% back of the PV. Months 10 to 12, 25%, and months 13 onwards, 30%. So because I've now been with the company for over 2 years, I'm getting 30% back on every order that I place. I also get the free oil of the month because I make sure my order is 125 or above, so I'm getting that free oil back of the month. And sometimes, this month that's $21.5, so that's pretty good value for me, and rosemary is something I buy all the time, so I'm always happy to get a free oil. Never look the gift horse in the mouth. And the other thing is that you're getting back your postage in points as well, so it's essentially free postage. So I've just worked out this month, for example, and getting the free rosemary and the postage back and the 30% of the PV, I end up paying pretty much half the price. So I either get it back in points or in a free oil. So even though it looks like it's, I have spent $140, I am getting back $72 or points from my free oil and the PV. I hope that makes sense. So the idea is you don't want to stay down here on the 10%, you want to move ahead. So this one here, this little graph, is really important to understand how you can order each month. If you're just placing a standard one-time order, none of this applies. The free oil doesn't apply to standard orders. Getting back points, like your Flybuys points reward system, doesn't apply on a standard order, only on the LRP. But the problem a lot of people say is, I want the LRP, but I just don't have the money to keep on paying for 125 PV each month. That's totally understandable. So this is where you really need to understand all the rules that go with LRP. So if you just want to maintain your reward points, you've already earned 50 points, you don't want to lose your points, make sure you put an order in. 5 PV is enough. I believe that you put a lemon in. I think the lip balm might even have enough of a PV. I'd have to check. If you have 5 PV, you're going to keep your rewards points. Do not lose your points. If you have points sitting there and you cancel your orders and say, I don't want to do LRP anymore, you lose those points. So please take note of that. The next thing here, if you want to increase your points to go over here from 10 all the way up to 30%, you need to put an order a minimum of 50 PV. That will keep increasing you to the next level. So if you're only putting in that 5 to keep your points, you just want to hold off for a little while, make sure you note that you'll be stuck on whichever level you were on. So if it's month 5 and you do 2 monthly orders of just 5 to 10, 15 PV, you will still be sitting here on 15%. They won't put you up to the next increment. If you want to receive income, and what's that? That's the commissions. You need to have a minimum of 100 PV for the entire month. Now, you don't have to be signing people up to get that income. That could just be some residual income from where you're sitting within my team. So if you know where you are and you know you might be getting income, you need a minimum of 100 PV. And then if you want the free product of the month, and I'm not sure why it says the 5th to the 15th, because that would be from the 1st or the 2nd to the 15th. You get that free product is $125, unless they do a special where they say a free salvia bell, an expensive oil, or frankincense for 200 PV. So if you're thinking, oh, funds are very tight this month, you can just put in a small order and you'll maintain your points. 50 PV, and you can keep on increasing your percentage that you get back, receiving income, and then the free product. A lot of people tend to stay on LRP and wait till the release of what the free oil is and decide then what they'll order for the month. So if it's a great oil, they will put in the big 125 PV so they can get it. If it's something that they don't need, don't like, not interested in that free oil, they just put in something to maintain their order. So I hope that that makes sense. I'll just leave it there because my screen has gone funny. Any questions, you can always message me about LRP.